Zarya is escorted by her parents, William and Kristen Anderson. After graduation, Zarya plans to attend MSUM and major in business management. Next up is number 15, Maddie Bukhart. Maddie is escorted by her parents, Scott and Jen Bukhart. After graduation, Maddie plans to attend St. Ben's, where she will major in engineering. While she is there, she also plans to play softball. Next up is number 8.
This is a presentation of Magnitude Sports.
Plans to attend Concordia and major in biology. While she is there, she also plans to play volleyball and softball. Next up is number 14, Morgan Haugen. Morgan is escorted by her parents, Chad and Casey Haugen. After graduation, Morgan plans to attend UND, where she plans to major in kinesiology. Up next is number 21, Kayla Seiler. Kayla is escorted by her parents, Rob and Raina. After graduation, Kayla plans to attend NDSU and major in education. And finally, number 6, Caitlin Cease. Caitlin is escorted by her parents, Tanya and Tyson Reeder. After graduation, Caitlin plans to attend M State, where she plans to major in dental hygiene.
This is a presentation of Magnitude Sports.
Once again, let's give a big hand for Cheyenne Mustangs class of 2021 senior softball players. Thank you, ladies, for your dedication to the program, to the blue and orange. We wish you well as you play your final season here at Cheyenne High School. Ladies and gentlemen.
I think so.
Test 1 2. Test 1 2. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to today's softball game between the visiting Fargo South Bruins and the West Fargo Cheyenne Mustangs. We extend a special welcome to our guests from Fargo. The contest between the Bruins and the Mustangs will be played under the strictest code of good sportsmanship, the North Dakota High School Activities Association, Eastern Dakota Conference, and school administration encourage and promote good sportsmanship by student athletes, coaches, and spectators. We ask that you cheer for your team and be respectful of the opponent. As high school student athletes and representatives of their communities, The Mustangs and Bruins are committed to fair play, responsibility, and respect. They invite you to support their effort. Together, let us all help create an environment for high school competition that we can be proud of. For your safety, we remind you to be aware of foul balls. And now the introduction for today's starters and coaches. First, for the visiting Fargo South Bruins. Leading off and playing catcher number 11, Paige Schroeder. Pitching number 2, Madeline Estrebe. Playing shortstop number 3, Addie Wagner. In left field number 26, Emily Jordahl. Playing first base number 31, Hannah Caroview. Playing second base number 1, Grace Hasselton. In right field number 16, Emma Vanu. At third base number 12, Ashlyn Torselson. Playing center field number 4, Caitlin Erickson. Head coach for the Bruins is Molly London. Assistant coaches Joanne Karcha and Jennifer Steckel. And now for your Cheyenne Mustangs. Leading off for the Mustangs, playing first base, number 3, Kyran Nerom. Pitching number 8 is Lexie Byrne. Playing third base, number 15, Maddie Bukhart. Playing second base, number 4, Kate Geisler. In center field, number 6, Caitlin Sees. In left field, number 16, Zarya Anderson. In right field, number 14, Morgan Haugen. Playing shortstop, number 7, Mckenna Alexander. Catching for the Mustangs is number 21, Kayla Seiler. Head coach for the Mustangs is Mark Woodbury. Assistant coaches Jason Balvick, Brooke Gold, and Kate Woodbury. Umpires for tonight's game are registered by the North Dakota High School Activities Association and have been selected for their demonstrated ability to officiate. Umpires for tonight's contest are Chad Mears and Josh Savor. We ask for your support of our game officials and respect for the call of the game. Ladies and gentlemen, we ask that you stand up if you are able, remove any headwear, and remain at attention as we honor America with the playing of our national anthem.
Looking for a new home? Make home happen by getting pre-qualified for free with Sean Carlson at Town & Country Credit Union. He'll help you find the best mortgage options for you and keep the process running smoothly from beginning to end. With a 97% satisfaction rate, awesome rewards, low fees, and great rates, it's clear why members love Town & Country Credit Union. Stop in or visit townandcountry.org to find out how you can become a Town & Country member today. Insured by NCUA, Equal Housing Lender.
Alrighty, hi, hello, and welcome here to Cheyenne High School here in West Fargo, North Dakota, here in senior night for the Mustangs as we're about ready to get underway between the Bruins and the Mustangs here for this softball matchup in a windy West Fargo, North Dakota. Whoever decided to call Chicago the Windy City clearly has never been in the Midwest in the springtime, as we've got gusts upwards of 20 miles per hour yet again here today. You can take a look at that American flag out over past the outfield over by those tennis courts. You can see it blowing pretty hard and off to the right, so could be seeing an impact on this game as well. Could be seeing a lot of balls pushed foul. Might be harder to maybe knock it out of the park, but we've seen a few home runs before in some windy conditions, so hard to say for certain. But on this senior night, going to be Lexie Byrne taking the circle for the Mustangs, the senior, and she will be the starting pitcher here. Byrne has had one start already on Magnitude Sports. It was the second game of a doubleheader and pitched pretty well in that, and usually off at first base. Instead, usual starter Kyran Nerom will be at first base instead, so a bit of a swap, if you will, there for the Mustangs. A few other Mustang seniors on this squad: Caitlin Cease, Lexie Byrne, like I already mentioned once, Morgan Haugen, Maddie Bukhart, and Zarya Anderson and Kayla Seiler. And if you tuned in earlier, you saw the little ceremony that was put on for these seniors here at Cheyenne. Always nice to see. And we try and bring you events such as that as much as we possibly can here on Magnitude Sports. It's hard to believe it's already getting to be that time of the year, but it's about ready to get this game underway here. It's going to be Paige Schroeder leading things off for the Bruins. And we're about ready to get this ball game underway as final warm-ups have been tossed. And Schroeder will dig in on the right-hand side of the batter's box. And here we go. First pitch of the game in there for a ball. Time of the first pitch, 6:14 here in Central Daylight Time. Second pitch will be taken for a ball as well. Make the count 2-0. So 2-0 to Schroeder, who will be batting leadoff for the Bruins. Due up after her, Madeline Estrebe and Addie Wagner. As Schroeder takes pitch number 3 for a ball. Counts now 3-0. Hitters count to Schroeder. And that pitch taken as well. So a 4-pitch walk to start things off for the Bruins. They'll get a base runner at first in Schroeder. That'll set them up nicely here in the top of the first.
Up next, number 2, Madeline Estrebe.
So here's Madeline Estrebe. Estrebe will look at the first pitch for a ball. That pitch taken for a ball as well. So 2-0 the count in this at-bat now. It's been 6 pitches and 6 balls so far for Byrne. She'll look to, actually, looks like they called that one a strike instead. And on a 1-1 count, that'll be fouled off. So I guess I spoke too soon right there. I was about to say, look to see if she can find the strike zone on this pitch right here. But right after finishing up that, Byrne has managed to work her way into a 1-2 count. Pitch taken inside to even it up at 2 apiece. On deck is Addie Wagner. And that one's going to be popped up high and most likely foul as it heads over that protective netting, over the dugout. Count still at 2-2. No way here in the top of the first for the Bruins. That pitch going to be laid off for ball 3, so that'll make it a full count, 3-2. Burke on a full count. Got her looking. Strike 3. That's your first out of the inning.
Up next, the shortstop, Addie Wagner.
That'll bring up Addie Wagner. Wagner, who will be getting the start at shortstop today. And she'll look at the first pitch for a strike. Wagner cutting and missing for strike 2, and it's a quick 0-2 count here in this at-bat. And Burke will look to get her second strikeout, and the second strikeout of the inning. Burke fires, and that's fouled off on a 2-strike count. Once again, in a similar spot to the last foul ball, just over that dugout a little bit. That one will be taken low and inside for a ball. Here's the 1-2 from Burke. That one going to be poked through the hole. That'll drop for a base hit. Addie Wagner reaching on a single.
Up next, the left fielder, Emily Jordahl.
I'll bring up Emily Jordahl. So 2 on and 1 away here for Jordahl, the lefty. She looks at the first pitch for a ball. Schroeder at second, Wagner at first. Schroeder walked and Wagner singled, excuse me, for those of you that are just joining. And it's 1 away thanks to a Lexie Byrne strikeout. That's been your action so far here in the top of the first on senior night for Cheyenne. Umpire likes that pitch for a ball. That'll make the count 3-0. One ball away from loading the bases here, as that'll be fouled off by Jordahl.
Go.
3-1, big pitch on the way. That one going to be lined up right towards Burke. Fired over to first by Alexander, and I believe they're going to call her safe, and they will. That'll load the bases.
Up next, the first baseman, Hannah Caroview.
Hannah Caroview will dig in with the bases loaded. A golden opportunity here for the Bruins as Caroview takes first pitch for a strike. Oh, and 1, Burke to Caroview. That one taken outside. That'll be a ball. The 1-1. Ball 2.
He did like to when I walked by.
Caroview takes outside for ball 3, and she's worked the count into her favor here. 3-1 with the bases loaded. Now Burke's got to be careful because ball 4 means run 1. And that's low for ball 4, so the Bruins will get on the board first. Schroeder will walk right in. She walked to start the inning, and she'll reach home on a walk. And it's 1-0 here for Fargo South. Early on in the top of the first here in West Fargo. Looks like we have a visit to the mound here as well. The infield comes in, and Coach Woodbury out to the mound. The circle. It's been a bad habit of mine. It just seems to always be, I want to say mound every time, but I always got to remember it's a circle. There's actually no mound in softball. So they
Up
usually
next for the
say the
Bruins, the second
circle, so it's a
baseman,
visit to the
Grace
circle,
Castleton.
not a visit to the mound. Hence the big circle of chalk surrounding where the pitching rubber would be. Here's Grace Hoselton. Bases still loaded and one away. And she'll swing on that one for strike one. Hoselton will pop that one up foul, and that'll head over the netting. Heard the term before for that where you hit it over the backstop. I've heard that be called a reverse home run before. Not exactly sure how widespread that is, as that'll be put in for strike three. Second out of the inning. So whatever was said in that visit to the circle must have worked, because
Up next,
Lexie
right
Byrne
fielder,
comes
Emma
right back.
Emanuel.
3 pitches, 3 strikes, and 1 more out. 2 away here. In the top of the first, and the Mustangs are 1 out away from potentially getting out of a bases loaded jam here, relatively unscathed. First pitch, high and tight for a strike. It's Emma Vagno. Vagno will take that pitch for strike 2. Now Burke is 1 strike away from getting her 3rd out. The 0-2. And just missing right there, as Vagno will take for ball 1. And taken for ball 2 as well. So that'll even up the count at 2-2. Good patience from Emma Vagno to work the strike count a little bit. That'll be taken for ball 3. So Vagno now with a chance to potentially battle back from an 0-2 hole. She's made it a full count, and just like prior, the bases are still loaded. So if she walks here, that'll be another run for the Bruins. Vagno takes ball 4. So how about that? Emma Vagno in an 0-2 hole manages to work it to a full count, then takes ball 4. She goes from nearly striking out to technically driving in a run, and it's 2-0 here for the Bruins in the top of the first. Bases still loaded for Brooke Thorness. Thorness with a big swing for strike 1. That's a swing of someone that's looking to add 4 more runs to the scorebook right there. Thorness will swing and miss for strike 2. And Burke has got herself back into an 0-2 lead. She'll look to finish off Thorness right here. That one taken high for a ball. One-two pitch is fouled back. All that'll do is up the pitch count by 1 for Lexie Byrne, who unofficially has 37 here in the first inning. Number 38 comes in and is dropped, but it's a ball to even up the count at 2-2 with 2 away. Burke got her swinging. Strike 3. There's your 3rd out of the inning. So after the top of the first inning, it's 2 runs on 2 hits for the Fargo South Bruins. They jump out to a 2-0 lead here on senior night at Cheyenne High School here at the Softball Diamond. We're going to be right back with the bottom of the first inning. Bruins due up. It's Kyran Nerom, Lexie Byrne, and Maddie Bukhart. They'll be coming up right after this here on the Magnitude Sports Media Network.
Go Promo is your go-to for custom apparel, screen printing, embroidery, and hundreds of other promotional products. Put your company logo on a t-shirt, jacket, calendar, mouse pad, pen, or even a backdrop display for an upcoming event. Possibilities are absolutely endless at justgopromo.com. You can also easily set up an online apparel store for your sports team or business. Email or call Twyla, and she'll set up the store, set up collection for online payments, and even deliver your products packaged and ready to go. Email her today, Twyla at justgopromo.com, or call 388-4852. Go Promo. Consider it branded.
Alrighty, welcome back here to Magnitude Sports Media Network. Tuning in today for the Bruins and the Mustangs here, a little bit of softball action. I'd like to take the chance to thank each and every one of you that are tuning in here today from wherever you may be. Always appreciate your viewership. It's another beautiful evening here for some softball, as it's been that time of year. I've been doing a lot of baseball and softball games. Been treated to some great games recently, and hoping that this one will be no exception right here. It's off to a good start here, the Bruins, at least from Fargo South's perspective, as they've jumped out to a 2-0 lead here, and they'll look to keep it rolling. Due up for the Mustangs is going to be Kyran Nerom, Lexie Byrne, and Maddie Bukhart.
The first baseman, Kyran Nerom.
They'll look to get some runs of their own here for Cheyenne. Wait for that strikeout graphic to clear a little bit. Sometimes it just takes a few seconds. Can assure you that there hasn't been a strikeout yet, as first pitch at the bottom of the first comes in. That'll be taken for ball one. Pitch number 2 will drop in for a strike to even up the count. It's Madeline Estrebe who is in the circle for the Bruins tonight. She gets the nod starting. The first 2 pitches are one apiece of the ball and strike variety. Pitch number 3 comes in, and it's a swinging strike. And it's a 1-2 count here to Nerom. That pitch taken high for ball 2. One and 2 pitches fouled back. Or excuse me, 2 and 2 actually. I had it right on the scoreboard, just must have misremembered, I guess, as that'll be pitch number 5 of this at-bat. Pitch number 6 upcoming. And that one's going to be popped up high. Running over and putting the squeeze on it is Brooke Thornsness for the first out of the inning. She catches that one in foul territory.
Up next, the pitcher, Lexie Byrne.
I'll bring up Lexie Byrne, one of the seniors here for Cheyenne. The starting pitcher batting in the number 2 hole. Burke chops that one foul. Thornsness runs over to grab it at the very least, make it a quicker process between that pitch and the next pitch. 0-1 to Burke. Burke swinging and missing for strike 2. And it's a pitcher's count here early on in the second batter of this inning. That one. And charging it in, making the catch for the second out of the inning. That's 2 down now, and that's going to bring up Maddie Bukhart.
Up next, the third baseman, Maddie Bukhart. Emily Jordahl making the catch right there for the Bruins. Bukhart pops that one up high as it's drifting back, and Jordahl will make the second catch of her inning and the third out of this inning. So the Bruins get a 1-2-3 inning. Good start for Fargo South as they get it rolling
It's the end of the first inning. It's 2-0 here. No runs, no hits, no errors for the Mustangs, as opposed to 2 runs and 2 hits, no errors for the Bruins. We're done with 1 of 7 here on senior night. We'll be right back with the top of the second inning right after this here on the Magnitude Sports Media Network.
It was like you can't even describe it. Like you must. I always tell people who don't have kids, it's like your heart running outside of your body. It's just incredible. Like you made this little human, and you do everything you can to protect them.
Back here on Magnitude Sports, about ready to get the top of the second inning underway. Due up for the Bruins is going to be Caitlin Erickson, Paige Schroeder, Madeline Estrebe. The Bruins have a 2-0 lead, and they'll get a chance to pad that lead a little bit. It was Estrebe who's due up third, getting the starting nod pitching for the Bruins, and she went with a 1-2-3 inning for Fargo South to start things off. So it's been a good start for the black and yellow, and the blue and orange will look to strike back.
Number 4, Caitlin Erickson.
18 minutes into the game, and Erickson will settle in to start off the second inning. Burke's first pitch is low for a ball. Burke's second pitch is down the middle of the strike zone for strike one. Even count here to Erickson. And she'll chop that one over towards Burke, and an easy play right there for the first out of the inning.
Up next, number 11, Paige Schroeder.
Got that one in her back pocket right there. I'll bring up the leadoff hitter, Paige Schroeder. Schroeder is 0 for 0 with a walk. She scored one of the 2 runs for the Bruins. And she nicks that one back foul for strike one. A little baseball 101 for you. In case you might be wondering why she's 0 for 0, there's actually a difference. Softball 101. I'll wait for this pitch to come in as it's taken for a ball. But in softball, there is at-bats, which registered when you have a hit or an out. And I believe that's about it, actually, because then otherwise plate appearances count for walks, sacrifices. I suppose at-bats count for if you reach on an error as well, but so that's why Schroeder is officially scored as 0 for 0 so far. She hasn't had an official at-bat, but she has had a plate appearance. She fouls that one back for strike two to even up the count. Just an interesting little nugget right there. Something I didn't learn until about a few years ago, actually. As someone who had been around this sport for a good amount of my life. That one fouled back again. I'll keep this at-bat alive. At least we think an at-bat. If she walks, then it'll be a plate appearance that she kept alive. Two and two with one away. And that one swung on and missed. Strike three, the call. That's out number 2 of the inning. And Burke starting to settle in.
Up next, number 2, Madeline Estrebe.
I'll bring up Madeline Estrebe, who is 0 for 1 with a strikeout. Estrebe hits that one hard down the line, but foul as Bukhart meandered over. Oh, 0-1, and that's taken high and tight for a ball. Unofficially now, pitch number 50 for Lexie Byrne. At least according to my phone. As I always like to say, usually give or take a few of those pitches. That one's going to be poked into the outfield. and just foul by about the length of the seam, it looked like from this angle. Morgan Haugen was sprinting over. Would have been a tough play to make. But instead, as I always like to say, the pitcher can just settle back into the circle and say that was just a hard hit strike. Now 1-2, and Burke is out ahead in the count, and she's 1 strike away from ending this inning. That one popped up foul as well. Can maybe hear on the microphone the wind's starting to pick up a little bit more here. As walking out here to the press box today, I didn't think that was possible with the wind blowing the way it was. And that one's taken for strike 3. Got her looking. 2 strikeouts in the inning for Burke. That's your 3rd out of the inning. It's a 1-2-3 as Cheyenne gets a nice response of their own. They're going to be due up here in the bottom of the 2nd, and they'll look to get a few runs of their own here on the Magnitude Sports Media Network. Still 2-0, as I'll give the strikeout graphic a chance to go away, so I don't have it pop up, but middle of the 2nd here on Magnitude Sports. It's 2-0, 2 runs, 2 hits, and no errors on the game, but no runs, no hits, no errors in the inning. 2-0 Bruins over the Mustangs so far. Bottom of the 2nd coming up, it's going to be Geisler, Cease, and Anderson due up. And we'll bring you those at-bats/plate appearances right after this quick message from Town and Country Credit Union, Sean Carlson.
Looking for a new home? Make home happen by getting pre-qualified for free with Sean Carlson at Town & Country Credit Union. He'll help you find the best mortgage options for you and keep the process running smoothly from beginning to end. With a 97% satisfaction rate, awesome rewards, low fees, and great rates, it's clear why members love Town & Country Credit Union. Stop in or visit townandcountry.org to find out how you can become a Town & Country member today. Insured by NCUA, Equal Housing Lender.
Alrighty, welcome back here to this matchup between the Bruins and the Mustangs. 2-0 so far. The Bruins up on top over the Mustangs as Madeline Estrebe will settle back into the circle for her 2nd inning. She had a 1-2-3 inning to start things off in the 1st for the Bruins, and she'll look to keep that rolling as Lexie Byrne got a 1-2-3 of her own in the top of the 2nd. Here's Kate Geisler to get things started for the Mustangs, batting cleanup today. Geisler lines that one into the gap. That'll drop for a base hit. And Geisler rounding first. She's thinking 2, and she'll slide in safely with a double. 1 pitch, 1 swing, and 2 bags right there for Kate Geisler. And a great start for the Mustangs. Here's Caitlin Cease, one of the seniors. Estrebe's pitch is inside for ball 1. One and 0 to Cease with the runner on 2nd and Geisler. That one chopped foul to even up the count. Here's the 1-1. That one going to be popped up high. And Wagner heads over to make the catch for out number 1 of the inning.
Up next for the Mustangs, a left fielder, Zarya Anderson.
I'll bring up Zarya Anderson. Anderson, also a senior. And she'll foul off the first pitch. The 0-1 to Anderson. That one's chopped right towards Wagner. Nice play by Wagner for out number 2. They will advance the runner. Geisler heads to third. But it's now 2 down, so that'll rule out a sac fly opportunity for Morgan Haugen. Haugen will look to knock in Geisler and trim into this deficit. Swung on a miss there for strike 1. That one tipped foul for strike 2. Just getting a piece of that one. That'll put Haugen in an 0-2 hole. Estrebe on an 0-2. That one misses high and outside for ball 1. Good patience right there from Haugen. Estrebe has it chopped by Haugen, but foul. As we've seen our fair share of foul balls so far in this ball game. Of course, talked about in pregame the wind being factor a little bit, but of course with primarily righty hitters, they're going to be pulling them down the third base line foul. But we have seen our fair share go down the other line as well. 1-2, that one is tapped over and sliding in. Can't quite make the catch, and they're going to say that Haugen is safe. Geisler scores, and it's 2-1.
Up next, the shortstop, Mckenna Alexander.
I'll bring up Mckenna Alexander. So I'll be ruled as a single for Haugen, who gets an RBI single to boot. And Alexander hits that one through the hole. That'll be another base hit.
Now batting the catcher, Kayla Seiler.
Kayla Seiler due up. So Seiler will dig in with 2 away and 2 on, as the Mustangs will look to potentially equalize this game. Seiler takes the first pitch high for ball 1. No hits in the first inning for the Mustangs, and now 3 here in the bottom of the second as their bats have come to life. And Seiler taps that one over towards Wagner. Wagner fires the first. Caroview makes the catch, and that's your 3rd out of the inning. But the Mustangs are able to tack on 1 run on 3 hits. It's a 2-1 ball game here on Magnitude Sports. We're going to be right back with the top of the 3rd inning here. We've got a good one brewing here at Cheyenne High School. Don't go anywhere.
You simply click and order. We decorate and deliver. GoPromo is the area's premier provider for easy-to-use online team stores with screen-printed, embroidered, and promotional products. From your computer screen to the bleachers, and from the boardroom to the field, just go promo. Visit justgopromo.com.
And we're back. Quick 30-second break right there to get a word in from our sponsors, and it's about time to get back into action here as Lexie Byrne will settle back into the circle. She's getting a few warm-ups in Due up for the Bruins is going to be Addie Wagner, Emily Jordahl, and Hannah Caroview. Wagner 1 for 1 with a single in her first at-bat. She'll look to keep that rolling as she bats in the number 3 spot and playing shortstop today. It's been a busy day for her so far as she's had a fair amount of balls put her way as shortstop normally would have. And some slick fielding so far from the shortstop. More impressive when you consider that Bruins will still be having one more year of Wagner as well. As she's a junior and she'll dig back in and get this top of the 3rd inning underway. She'll look at the first pitch for a strike. Good pitch right there by Burke to catch the zone. Oh, and 1, and that one's lined up the middle and right to Cease. Cease puts the squeeze on it for out number 1. That looked like that had a chance of dropping.
Number 26, Emily Jordahl.
But Caitlin Cease, easy as you like, she just drifts over, cool, calm, and composed as a cucumber. That's out number 1. Emily Jordahl will step in. She's also 1 for 1 with a single. She fouls off the first pitch for strike 1. That one chopped right back towards Burke. Easy play for Burke once again, and that's out number 2.
Up next, number 31, Hannah Caroview.
Here's Hannah Caroview, the first base. She is 0 for 0 with a walk in this game. She'll look to reach base again with 2 away. Caroview grounds that one foul. Now 1 to Caroview, big swing and a miss for strike 2. And Burke 1 pitch away from getting her 2nd consecutive 1-2-3 inning. The 0-2. Got her looking, strike 3, just on the outside edge of the zone. That's another strikeout for Lexie Burke, who after, I won't say a rough first inning, but not a flawless first inning as the Bruins tacked home a few runs and got a lot of base runners, has settled right in as she's retired her last 6 batters here. It's back-to-back 1-2-3 innings as Burke notches another strikeout. Got Caroview looking there right at the end. That's going to be the end of the top of the 3rd for the Bruins. That'll bring up the Mustangs here. Due up is going to be the top of the order, Nerom, Burke, and Bukhart. We're going to be right back with that right after this here on the Magnitude Sports Media Network. 2-1 your score. Bruins on top over the Mustangs.
It was like you can't even describe it. Like you must. I always tell people who don't have kids, it's like your heart running outside of your body. It's just incredible. Like you made this little human, and you do everything you can to protect them.
Back in action now here on Magnitude Sports. Madeline Estrebe with only 24 pitches thus far in this ball game. It's a 2-1 ball game with the road team, the Bruins, leading up over the Mustangs, but the Mustangs have the top of the order due up for them. So look to cut into, I suppose if they cut into the lead, they actually eliminate the lead as their next run would tie the game. But regardless, they'll look to do some damage here with their big bats coming up, and Estrebe will look to keep things rolling as she's allowed only 1 run so far on 3 hits. Kyran Nerom digs in. And she hits that one hard but foul down the line over towards that hot corner for strike 1. Estrebe on an 0-1 count. That one is just outside for a ball. Or as they like to say, just a bit outside. Only that time it was not sarcasm, as it was a close miss right there. I'll even up the count at 1-1. That one just high for a ball, too. Now, I'll admit, I believe, I can't say for certain, but I believe that that's a quote from the movie Major League. But I'll admit that I've actually never seen that movie, so I could be wrong. But for those of you watching at home, if I am, I'm sure you'll be quick to correct me. That pitch taken high for ball 3. And it's a 3-1 count here to Nerom, who will look to get the inning started off for the Mustangs with the base runner. On the 3-1, and that one will be ball 4. Kyran Nerom walks to start off the inning for the Mustangs.
Up next,
that'll put a runner on first for Lexie Byrne. Estrebe will settle back in. And Nerom looked like she was about ready to take off on the pitch. She ends up pumping the brakes as that one's in for ball 1. You have to imagine that will be in the back of the minds of the Bruins now. That one hit hard towards Thornsness. Able to knock it down, fire over to first, and that's over the head of Caroview. Nerom heading to third. And Nerom will round third and head home. Play at the plate is not in time, and Nerom's going to score standing up. And Burke will head to second. But Estrebe just watches that one roll over the chalk line. I'll make it strike 2. One, 2 with no away, and Bukhart fouls that one just back. Looks like she just missed that one. Still a 1-2 count here as Estrebe will settle back in. Bukhart will look to knock home Burke, who's at second. Bukhart, line drive over the head of the shortstop, Wagner. That one's going all the way to the wall, and she will knock home Burke. And the Mustangs take the lead. Maddie Bukhart with a 1-run double. It's 3-2 Cheyenne.
Now batting number 4, Kate Geisler.
Here's Kate Geisler. Still no way here for the Mustangs as Geisler will look to keep this inning rolling for Cheyenne. She takes the first pitch for ball 1. Now 5 hits on the night for Cheyenne. Yeah, and that'll be hit number 6 as that one goes through the hole. Bukhart rounding third, and she'll head home. And Geisler with an RBI single. She's now 2 for 2.
Up next, number 6, Caitlin Cease.
And from one Kate to another, here's Caitlin Cease. Cease is 0 for 1 with a fly out. She's got Geisler at first and no way. That pitch will be taken for ball 1. Two to 4 now as the Mustangs have doubled the lead against the Bruins. They went into this inning down and have tacked on 3 runs so far without getting any outs. So 3 unanswered runs, if you will. And that one is lined and just past Thornsness. That's going to be a fair ball. Heading to third is Geisler, and heading to second, standing up is Cease. Cease with the double, and the good vibes continue to roll here for the Mustangs.
Up next, number 16, Zarya Anderson.
Here's Zarya Anderson, who will look to bring this to a full-blown stampede. Anderson with 2 runners in scoring position. And she chops at the first pitch for a foul ball. On a 1-0 count, Estrebe to Anderson. Anderson pokes it into the gap. That's going to drop. Geisler will score. Cease rounding third. Cease heading home and will score. And it's a 2-run double for Zarya Anderson. And the Mustangs have started to trample the Bruins.
Now batting number 14.
6-2
Morgan
your score. It's a
Haugen.
5-run inning. And still no outs for the Mustangs. Here's Morgan Haugen. Haugen takes the first pitch for a ball, and Anderson will head over to third. One and 0 to Anderson. Haugen. That'll even up the count at 1-1. Anderson standing at third. You have to imagine a ball put in play deep in the outfield would bring her home with 0 outs in this inning. Estrebe's pitch is chopped right back up the middle. Estrebe will snag it. Will trade an out for a run, and it's 7-2 with 1 away.
Now batting number 7, Mckenna Alexander.
Here's Mckenna Alexander. Base is now empty with 1 away for Alexander. And she'll take the first pitch for a ball. That one chopped over towards Thornsness. Fires over to first. That's out number 2.
Up next, number 21, Kayla Seiler.
Starting to settle back in a little bit. Kayla Seiler represents the number 9 hitter, so if she reaches base, the Mustangs will have batted around here. And Seiler smokes that one down the line and fair. Seiler will hold up on first base, but it's a 1-pitch single in the at-bat right there for Kayla Seiler. And it's yet another hit for the Mustangs. I'll bring up the leadoff and Nerom as they'll get a courtesy runner. It's going to be Carly Scarple for Seiler.
The Mustangs is number 3, Kyran Nerom.
Nerom is 0 for 1 with a flyout, and she walked in the first inning. Or excuse me, no, she actually walked in the second inning. Or not the second inning. I'll get it right eventually. Walked in her second plate appearance, which started off this inning, and she'll take the first pitch high for ball 1. Not often you get to see a player bat twice in the same inning. That's exactly the opportunity that Nerom has right here. pitch taken high for ball 2. Now unofficially 50 pitches on the night for Madeline Estrebe. Estrebe winds up and she'll drop that one in for strike 1, 2-1. Nerom chops that one foul, evening up the count. And the Bruins are 1 pitch away from getting out of this inning and turning it back over to their bats, who I'm sure that their coach Molly London, will inspiring and firing them up in the dugout to get the sticks going a little bit and see if the Bruins can claw their way back into this game. But first they got to take care of Nerom here. 2-2. As Scarpel takes off for second, she'll slide in safely. That also makes the count full. Lexie Byrne in the on-deck circle. And will most likely be taking the pitching circle after the conclusion of this half inning as well. That one lined up the middle. That one's going to drop into the gap. That'll be a base hit for Nerom. Heading home is Scarpel. Nerom heads to second. That's an RBI double for Kyran Nerom. And the Bruins' strong inning continues as the runs flow like water in the Cheyenne River.
Byrne.
Here's Lexie Byrne. Byrne is 1 for 2 with a flyout and a single. She'll take the first pitch for ball 1, and Nerom will head to third. Now 10 hits on the night for the Mustangs. Pretty impressive tally for an entire game, let alone through not even 3 full innings yet. That pitch taken high, ball 2. That one tipped foul, just off the end of the bat right there. Here's the 2-1. That one taken outside, ball 3. Byrne now with a 3-1 count, and Maddie Bukhart looming in the on-deck circle. That one grounded hard towards Thornsness. Gonna be a tough play, but she makes the play. That's the out to end the inning, out number 3. After the end of the 3 innings, it is now 8-2, completely different ball game here at Cheyenne High School, as it's 7 runs in the inning. Mustangs now have 10 hits on the game. 8-2 your score. Cheyenne up out on top over the Fargo South Bruins. We're going to be right back with the top of the 4th for the Bruins as they'll look to get things going, get a big inning of their own. It's going to be Grace Hoselton, Emma Vagno, and Brooke Thornsness due up for the Bruins, and they'll look to kickstart a big run of their own. We'll be right back here on Magnitude Sports with the top of the 4th right after this.
Looking for a new home? Make home happen by getting pre-qualified for free with Sean Carlson at Town & Country Credit Union. He'll help you find the best mortgage options for you and keep the process running smoothly from beginning to end. With a 97% satisfaction rate, awesome rewards, low fees, and great rates, it's clear why members love Town & Country Credit Union. Stop in or visit townandcountry.org to find out how you can become a Town & Country member today. Insured by NCUA, Equal Housing Lender.
Alrighty, that quick break done and dusted, and we're ready to get back to action here on this softball diamond. As
Number 1, Grace
going to be
Holzelton.
due up Grace Holzelton for the Bruins. She'll get things started in the top of the fourth, so about halfway through this game, at least with the score the way it is right now. Of course, they have that 10-run rule. I believe it's 10 runs after 5 innings, but only a 6-run margin right here. Fargo South probably saying, well, hey, if Cheyenne can score 7 in an inning, why can't we? That first pitch cut on and missed for strike 1. Burke firing to Holzelton. Emma Vagno and Brooke Thornton is due up after that. That one going to be pinged, and heading back and making the catch for the first out of the inning is Mckenna Alexander.
Up next,
So,
number 16,
few
Emma
pitches.
Vagno.
In that at-bat, and 1 out. Here's Emma Vagno, who was 0 for 0 with a walk. Vagno takes the first pitch outside for a ball. That one will be taken for a strike to even up the count. One from Burke. That one fouled straight back for strike 2. That's a pitcher's count for Lexie Burke, who will look to add another strikeout to her tally and get the second out of the inning as well. And she does, right on cue. Strike 3 got her swinging.
Up next, number 12.
There is your
Ashley
second out of the inning.
Thornsmith.
Here's Thornsness. Brief gust of wind right there as Burke will fire in for strike 1. Pitch taken low for a ball. That one taken for a strike to make the count 1-2. And that pitch taken outside for a ball. I'd also like to make a quick apology. I believe I have the name entered wrong in the phone. I believe I've said Brooke Thornsness a few times. It's not Brooke. There is no Brooke Thornsness. It's actually Ashlyn. I'll double check the roster just to be sure. And that'll be strike 3. Burke gets yet another strikeout. It's a 1-2-3 inning for the Mustangs, and they're rolling and rocking right now as they get their third out of the inning. They're going to be due back up yet again. They'll look to follow up a 7-hit, 7-run bottom of the third and see if they can get a few more insurance runs here as well. Middle of the fourth inning, your score is still 2-8 here on the Magnitude Sports Media Network. We're going to be right back with the bottom of the fourth right after this quick message from Go Promo.
Go Promo is your go-to for custom apparel, screen printing, embroidery, and hundreds of other promotional products. Put your company logo on a t-shirt, jacket, calendar, mouse pad, pen, or even a backdrop display for an upcoming event. Possibilities are absolutely endless at justgopromo.com. You can also easily set up an online apparel store for your sports team or business. Email or call Twyla, and she'll set up the store, set up collection for online payments, and even deliver your products packaged and ready to go. Email her today, twyla@justgopromo.com, or call 388-4852. Go Promo. Consider it branded.
Welcome back to windy Cheyenne High School. 2-8 ball game on our hands right now. The Mustangs up on top by 6 runs, and they're going to be due up as well. I'd like to give a quick shout out to my dad who's watching back at home, who texted me confirmation that that quote in fact was from Major League. So props to him, as now I can go to sleep tonight at peace knowing that I made a correct reference right there and didn't misquote a movie, heaven forbid. But back to softball here. It's going to be Maddie Bukhart due up for the Mustangs. She's 1 for 2 with a flyout and a double.
For the Mustangs, number 15.
After
Maddie
her, it'll be
Bukhart.
Kate Geisler and Caitlin Cease. As those 3 players, 3 really pillars of that big inning for the Mustangs. I know I talk about a lot of firsts here on my time on Magnitude. I think that's not necessarily a first, but that's got to be a record, I think, for the most runs I've seen scored in a single inning for a game that I've done, if I'm not mistaken. That one will be popped up foul. Could be wrong. I might have to go through the archives a little bit, but also like to apologize for those of you watching at home that might have seen the stream go down for about a minute in the 3rd. Not 100% sure what happened there, as that pitch taken for strike 2, but I noticed something pop up on my software saying reconnecting, so apologies about that, as hopefully that issue will not persist throughout this remainder of the broadcast. Here's the 0-2 to Bukhart. Bukhart chops it up the middle. That'll get through the hole and fair. Bukhart will now be 2 for 3 as she has a single and a double.
Up next, number 4, Kate Geisler.
Here's Kate Geisler. Geisler is 2 for 2 with the double and single. Also known as halfway to the cycle, which that would certainly be a first if I saw that here today. That pitch taken for ball 1. Cycle, of course, for those of you watching at home, being when a player gets a single, double, triple, and home run all in the same game. It's one of the rarest and the most impressive feats in this sport. And, well, hit by pitch is not a part of the cycle right there, but Geisler certainly has earned her way to first base as she was pelted. Good to see her able to just shake it off.
Caitlin Cease.
And I'll bring up Caitlin Cease with 2 on and no away. Cease 1 for 2 with a flyout and a double. Double, you'd have to imagine would score 1, possibly, probably more likely than not 2 runs here. Pitch number 1 taken for a ball. That one is popped up over towards Schroeder. Schroeder makes the catch for the first out of the inning.
Up next,
it's a
number
pop
16,
fly to the catcher.
Zarya Anderson.
I'll bring up Zarya Anderson. Anderson is 1 for 2 with a ground out and a double. Sensing a bit of a pattern here as there's a lot of doubles in the previous inning. Anderson pops that one up as drifting over is Vagno. Vagno can't make the catch. And heading into third is Bukhart. Heading to second is Geisler. That'll load the bases.
Up next, the right fielder, Morgan Haugen.
Here's Morgan Haugen with the bases loaded. Haugen is 1 for 2 with a single and a ground out. One away, and here's the pitch to Haugen. It's fouled off. Here's the 0-1 to Haugen. That one grounded over towards Wagner. Wagner fires over to third. And that'll get Geisler out. Buchert will score. That'll make it a 9-2 ball game.
Up next, number 7, Mckenna Alexander.
Here's Mckenna Alexander. Alexander taking pitch number 1 for ball 1. She's 1 for 2 with a single and a ground out. She hits that one foul for strike 2. Or strike 1, excuse me. One the count. Estrebe has that one dropped in for strike 2. So I was just a pitch ahead right there with the strike 2 call. And it's now 1-2. Estrebe will look to get out of the inning. That one misses high for a ball. Now unofficially pitch number 75 for Estrebe. The 2-2. Alexander lines that one right towards Wagner. There's out number 3. Addie Wagner, the snagger. And that's a nice catch on a hot hit line drive. That'll end the inning. So after the 4th inning, your score 2-9 here on the scoreboard as the Mustangs have now 11 hits on the night. They tack home a few more. We'll be right back with the top of the 5th here as the Bruins will try and respond right here on the Magnitude Sports Media Network.
Looking for a new home? Make home happen by getting pre-qualified for free with Sean Carlson at Town & Country Credit Union. He'll help you find the best mortgage options for you and keep the process running smoothly from beginning to end. With a 97% satisfaction rate, awesome rewards, low fees, and great rates, it's clear why members love Town & Country Credit Union. Stop in or visit townandcountry.org to find out how you can become a Town & Country member today. Insured by NCUA, Equal Housing Lender.
Alrighty, welcome back to Cheyenne High School here at the softball field. Due up for the Mustangs, it's going to be Caitlin Erickson, then the top of the order, and Paige Schroeder and Madeline Estrebe. So those are your 3 Bruins due up in the top of the 5th inning. They face a 7-run deficit, but we've already seen 1 7-run inning here, and you just never know. So buckle up, ladies and gentlemen. We've got a few innings remaining in this one, and we'll see where this game takes us next as that first pitch is cut on and missed for strike 1. Burke's still in the circle. She got the start today and has pitched 4 solid innings. She'll look to get inning number 5 logged in as that one's grounded right towards Geisler. That's your first out of the inning. A quick 4-3 ground out right there. Here's the leadoff, Paige Schroeder. Schroeder is 0 for 1 with a walk and a strikeout. She'll hope for more of the former than the latter as that one's poked high. That one is carrying, and that one's going to be over the fence. A touch 'em all for Paige Schroeder. So that's a little bit more than just a walk right there. Paige Schroeder with a solo shot. And that could be a spark for the Bruins as they tack home another run. And it's 3-9.
Up next, the pitcher, Madeline Estrebe.
Here's Madeline Estrebe. It's only the third hit for the Bruins. They've managed to get peak efficiency out of those 3 hits, though, as they have 3 runs. Also had a few base runners through some walks. That one is made, stopped by Bukhart, a sliding catch, but not going to be able to fire it down to first accurately. Sounds like that one's going to be ruled a base hit. So the Bruins starting to heat up a little bit.
Wagner.
Here's Addie Wagner. Estrebe at first now after a single. Now hit number 4 for the Bruins. Wagner pops that one up high. And drifting over, making the catch for the second out of the inning. So Estrebe will hold up at first.
Emily Jordahl.
Here's Emily Jordahl, the cleanup hitter. Lexie Byrne now unofficially with 75 pitches on the night. As that one gets past the catcher Seiler. Heading to second is Estrebe. So I'll put a runner in scoring position for Jordahl, who is 1 for 2 with a single and a ground out. Umpire likes that pitch for a strike to even up the count. The 1-1. And that one's in for strike 2. That one grounded towards Alexander, the shortstop. Fires over to first, and there's your third out of the inning. So a quick inning, but a fairly productive one for the Bruins as they're able to get 1 run back thanks to that solo home run. It's now 3-9 here on your Magnitude Sports scoreboard as we head towards the bottom of the 5th. It's 1 run on 2 hits. 1 runner left on base for the Bruins. 3-9 your score, and we'll be right back with the bottom of the 5th right after this quick message from your sponsor.
You simply click and order. We decorate and deliver. Go Promo is the area's premier provider for easy-to-use online team stores with screen-printed, embroidered, and promotional products. From your computer screen to the bleachers, and from the boardroom to the field, just go Promo. Visit justgopromo.com.
And just like that, we're back. It's a party at Cheyenne High School right now as the score on senior night is 9-3 in favor of the home team, the Mustangs. Bruins were able to pull 1 run back thanks to that solo home run. Due up for the Mustangs going to be Kayla Seiler, and then the top of the order, and Nerom and Lexie Byrne. And we'll see what the rest of this game has in store for us as Estrebe will head back out onto the circle. She'll be settling in for her 5th inning of pitching here as she got the start for Fargo South. Seiler is 1 for 2, ground out and a single in her last time up. She'll look to do a little bit more damage as already had a productive last at bat as she kept the inning alive with her single and helped contribute to some of those 9 runs for the Mustangs.
Leading off for the Mustangs, the catcher, Kayla Seiler.
Schroeder will head back behind the dish, and looks like we're about ready to get underway here in the bottom of the 5th. After a few formalities and the warm-ups per usual. Estrebe's first pitch of the inning will be hit hard towards Thornsness, and can't quite get the pick right there. Caroview. Seiler will reach first on an error.
Up next, the pitcher, Kyran Nerom.
Here's Kyran Nerom. Nerom is 1 for 2 with a flyout, a walk, and then a double in her last time up.
Courtesy running number 2, Carly
Looks
Scarple.
like Carly Scarple will be the courtesy runner again. She'll take Seiler's spot. I'm sure Seiler will be ready to get back behind the dish. She'll put on the tools of ignorance, as they always like to call it. That one hit hard. Line drive, and it's caught by Thornsness. And got the double play. How about that? What a snag right there to get 2 outs for the price of 1.
Up next, number 8, Lexie Byrne.
I'll bring up Lexi Byrne. Call that a snow cone catch sometimes. Just picked it right off the ground and then heads up to just fire it right back to first base in time. Burke 1 for 3 with a flyout, a single, and a ground out. And she takes the first pitch for a ball. That one fouled off to even up the count. I believe, talking about first earlier, I believe that is actually the first double play that I've seen here in my about 1 month now time of calling softball games. So there you go. Made sure to save that one for the House of Highlights, as that was a great play in the field right there. That one popped up, laying out and nearly adding to the House of Highlights right there was Schroeder. That would have been some catch, but as a consolation, they'll get strike 2 out of it. Now Estrebe with a 1-2 count to work with, and she's 1 pitch away from ending the inning. The 1-2. Taken for ball 2. That pitch high, taken for ball 3, and it's a full count. A big pitch coming up here. Payoff pitch from Estrebe. Has it fouled off. Burke stays alive. Pitch number 7 of this at-bat upcoming. And it's taken for ball 4. Lexie Byrne will reach first on a walk. That'll bring up Maddie Bukhart, who's 2 for 3 with a double and a single.
Courtesy running number 1, Quinn Thompson.
Quinn Thompson will be the courtesy runner for Burke.
Now batting number 15, Maddie Bukhart.
See Thompson a fair amount as a courtesy runner, be used by Coach Woodbury and the Mustangs. We'll get to see her in action here again. Estrebe fires to Buchert. That pitch taken for strike one. You can see Thompson getting a little bit of a jump. Might be thinking about potential green light to steal here with 2 away. Buchert hits that one hard but foul. And if that was straightened out about, oh, I don't know, I'm not a geometry major by any means, maybe 30 degrees or so, that's extra bases. That was just a shot in the dark, however. It's an 0-2 count to Buchert. And Buchert takes for strike 3. Estrebe gets out of the inning. There's a strikeout for Estrebe, I believe if I go back, she has a few in the game already, but she'll notch one right there to end the inning, and that's a scoreless inning for the Mustangs. That's their second scoreless inning of the game, and so Bruins still have a little bit of catching up to do as they face a 6-run deficit. They've got 6 outs to play with here in the top of the 6th inning coming up. Due up is going to be Hannah Caroview, Grace Hoselton, and Emma Vagno. We'll bring you those at-bats right after this quick message here on Magnitude Sports. Once again, your score here on the scoreboard, 9-3, Mustangs up on top over the Bruins. We're going to be right back right after this quick message from Essentia Health.
It was like you can't even describe it. Like I always tell people who don't have kids, it's like your heart running outside of your body. It's just incredible. Like, you made this little human, and you do everything you can to protect them.
Welcome to the top of the 6th inning. It's going to be Hannah Caroview getting things started for Fargo South as Burke will come back out to the circle. Caroview 0 for 1 with a walk and a strikeout as she checks her swing, but he was in the zone regardless, so that'll be strike 1. And that one in for strike 2. So quick start here for Burke as she catches the outside part of the zone. You can see Caroview maybe choking up a little bit, at least in her warm-up swing. She'll have to shorten up her stroke here on a 2-strike count. That one taken outside for a ball. Burke on a 1-2 count. Has it fouled off. Good job to get a piece of it right there and stay alive. There's that wind picking up again a little bit. You can hear it as it blows directly into the crowd mic. The 1-2. That one taken high for a ball, evening the count. Mentioned also in pregame that wondering what kind of impact the wind would have. It said seen a few balls get out of the yard earlier with wind. Maybe not as windy of a day as it is today with that home run. That pitch taken for ball 3, so even more impressive when you look at that solo home run by the Bruins, that it was done in such windy conditions. That pitch taken low for ball 4. Good at-bat right there by Caroview, and she'll reach first on a walk.
Up next, the second baseman, Grace Hoselton.
Here's Grace Hoselton. She taps that one over to first. Kyran Nerom makes the catch. There's your first out of the inning.
Up next, number 16, Emma Vagno.
Emma Vagno will dig in. Vagno is 0 for 1 with a walk and a strikeout. She'll take that first pitch for a strike. Pitch taken for strike 2. Vanya looking at an 0-2 hole. Burke got her swinging. Strike 3. 3-pitch strikeout right there. Lexi Burke gets the second out of the inning on a strikeout. I'll bring up Thornsness. Big chop for strike 1. Caroview, the runner at first, reached on a walk. And swinging strike 2 right there, and Burke will be going for her second K of the inning. And a chance to get back-to-back 3-pitch strikeouts as well, potentially, depending on how this third pitch of the at-bat goes right here. The 0-2 got her swinging, strike 3. Lexi Burke with her second strikeout of the inning. 2 3-pitch strikeouts right there, and it's been domination from Lexi Burke here in the circle today for the Mustangs. That'll end the top of the 6th inning as there's no runs and no hits for the Bruins. They now have 3 outs to try and make up a 6-run deficit, and they'll turn it back over to the bats of the Mustangs. Here on Magnitude Sports, we're going to be right back with the bottom of the 6th inning. It's going to be Geisler, Cease, and Anderson due up for Cheyenne. We'll be right back right after this here on the Magnitude Sports Media Network.
Looking for a new home? Make home happen by getting pre-qualified for free with Sean Carlson at Town & Country Credit Union. He'll help you find the best mortgage options for you and keep the process running smoothly from beginning to end. With a 97% satisfaction rate, awesome rewards, low fees, and great rates, it's clear why members love Town & Country Credit Union. Stop in or visit townandcountry.org to find out how you can become a Town & Country member today. Insured by NCUA, Equal Housing Lender.
Back here at Cheyenne High School. That last strikeout was number 10 on the night for Lexi Burke. So double-digit Ks for the starter Lexi Burke, who has had a fantastic performance pitching, giving up only 4 hits, 3 runs, and 10 strikeouts. So tip your cap to Lexi Burke with a strong effort on senior night. We'll see if she gets a chance to get a complete game here as we'll head to the top of the 7th. But first, we have the bottom of the 6th as Kate Geisler will settle in to start things off for Cheyenne. Geisler cutting on the first pitch for a strike. She's 2 for 2 with a double, a single, and getting hit by a pitch her last time up. The 0-1 to Geisler. That one chopped on and missed for strike 2. Now Estrebe, who will be back in for her 6th inning of pitching, will look to get a 3-pitch strikeout of her own potentially. 0-2 pitch on the way. That one hammered hard and just foul. Well, man, that was just scorched down the line, but just taking a bounce foul, so that'll keep the count at 0-2 instead of what would have been a very hard hit, most likely extra base hit. 0-2 count again. That one nearly hitting Geisler again. She'll take for ball 1. That one chopped over to second base. Erickson fires over to Caroview. There's your first out of the inning.
Now batting the center fielder, Caitlin Cease.
Here's Caitlin Cease. After that 4-3 ground out, Cease 1 for 3 with 2 flyouts and a double. First pitch of the at-bat is inside for a ball, ball 1. Now officially 1 hour and 30 minutes into this game. Or hour 29 if you believe the scoreboard on your screen. Hour 30 on my phone as that one's fouled off. The first pitch came in, I believe, at 6:14, if I can recall correctly. The math would check out for that, so that sounds about right. One to Cease, and that one's gonna drop over to Erickson. Fires over to first, and a close bang play. Ball in the glove, foot in the bag. There's your second out of the inning.
Up next, the left fielder, Zarya Anderson.
That'll be your second 4-3 ground out of the inning. Boy, wouldn't that be something if we saw another 4-3 ground out right here. Zarya Anderson, who's 1 for 3. Reached on an air, also grounded out and doubled. And Anderson pokes that one towards right field. Over the head of Vanyo. Anderson's rounding first. Anderson's rounding second. She's thinking the 3 bags, and she'll get in there safely as she slides in for good measure. Zarya Anderson. They're going to count that as a triple for Anderson. They'll bring up Morgan Haugen. Haugen 1 for 3 with a single and 2 groundouts. Has a good chance to knock in Anderson right here. She'll take the first pitch for a strike. Now, I believe Cheyenne as a team is just a home run shy of hitting for the cycle as a team. Of course, we saw a home run in this game from Paige Schroeder. That was for Fargo South. That pitch fouled back for strike 2. Sometimes talk about collective team no-hitter, but haven't really heard about a team hitting for a cycle too much. And potentially in this bottom of the 6th, and depending on how things go, maybe the bottom of the 7th, if the Bruins can get an extraordinary comeback, then Mustangs would have a chance to hit for the cycle as a team. First, they got to take care of business here on a 2-strike count. That one grounded towards Thorn's nest. Throw is off the mark as Anderson heads in to score. Haugen will be safe at first.
Up next, the shortstop, Mckenna Alexander.
It's now 3-10, the Mustangs lead. They restore their 7-run lead. Mckenna Alexander is 1 for 3 with a single, ground out, and a line out. We'll take the first pitch high for ball 1. One and 0 to Anderson, Alexander, excuse me, with 2 away, and that one's fouled off. And that was unofficially pitch number 100 for Estrebe. On the 1-1 count, that one will be dropped in for strike 2 as it catches the inside part of the zone. And the Mustangs potentially down to their last strike in this ball game, depending on how the top of the 7th goes. Haugen at first. And that pitch inside for a ball.
Go, Mac.
2-2 pitch on the way. That one popped up high. It's carrying and dropping down into fair territory. Haugen's heading home, and Haugen will stand up at home plate.
Now batting the catcher,
That'll be ruled
Kayla
as a
Seiler.
double. bring up Seiler. So it was a 1-run double for Mckenna Alexander to make the game 3-11. Kayla Seiler due up now. Swing and a miss for strike one. Seiler with a ground out, a single, and then reaching on an error her last time aboard. She's got Mckenna Alexander, the runner, at second, as the Bruins notch their 13th hit of the game. That one fouled off for strike two. That one low and in the dirt. Alexander will meander on over to third base. The at-bat stays alive, and now Alexander just that much closer to scoring. On the 1-2, Estrebe fires it in low. Alexander took a few hard steps towards home plate, eventually held off. That'll even up the count. Seiler strikes out to end the inning. Got her swinging, as that's your third and final out of the inning. That'll end the 6th inning, as well as we're going to head towards the top of the 7th. Due up for the Bruins is going to be Caitlin Erickson, then the top of the order in Paige Schroeder and Madeline Estrebe. Bruins have 3 outs to play with, and they've got 8 runs to make up.
2 hits, 1 error,
A
and
comeback
1
would be historic here, to say the least, but don't go anywhere, as we've got the potential conclusion of this game coming up here on Magnitude Sports. We're going to be right back with the top of the 7th and most likely final inning right after this quick message here on the Magnitude Sports Media Network from your sponsors.
You simply click and order. We decorate and deliver. GoPromo is the area's premier provider for easy-to-use online team stores with screen-printed, embroidered, and promotional products. From your computer screen to the bleachers, and from the boardroom to the field, just go promo. Visit justgopromo.com.
Erickson.
Caitlin Erickson will get things started here for the Bruins in the top of the 7th, as Lexie Byrne will head back out to the circle to finish off what could potentially be a complete game effort from her on senior night. It's been an all-star pitching performance from her so far. She has 10 strikeouts on the night. She'll get 1 pitch closer to number 11 with a strike to start off the at-bat right there. Erickson 0 for 2 with 2 groundouts, and after that it's Paige Schroeder who hit a solo home run, and then Madeline Estrebe. Erickson will pop that one up. Geisler heading over. That one will drop through in between a triangle of Mustangs right there. And so the Bruins will start off what would be an improbable rally
Up
with the
next,
base
number
runner
11,
right there.
Paige Schroeder.
They'll rule that a single, I believe. Here's Schroeder, 1 for 2 with a walk, a strikeout, and a home run. A little bit of everything for Schroeder at the dish. She'll take the first pitch high for ball 1. Well, as the old Chinese proverb goes, although I don't think this was verbatim. I said this once during a basketball game, but I like to talk about this when discussing potential comebacks. That pitch in for strike 1. But my band teacher once told me, how do you eat the world's largest meatball? 1 bite at a time, and that's the approach that the Bruins have to take right here. It's just 1 batter at a time. Schroeder pops that one up, foul. Obviously, you can't get all 8 runs back with 1 swing, so they'll take anything they can get, and that Erickson single might not have been a home run or anything to really get the dugout going, but you just never know. It's a 1-2 count here to Schroeder. Schroeder pops that one up high. That one drifting foul as well. And she'll stay alive.
Oh, really?
Even little things like that, just fouling off those pitches, keeping the at-bat alive. Just face as many pitches as you possibly can, because obviously you need to face more pitches to get more at-bats in, if that makes sense. Thought I was going somewhere with that. It sounded better in my head, but I'm sure you get the point. That one's going to be popped up towards center field. Charging in and making the catch for the second out of the inning, and double play right there. Now the second out of the inning. How about that? Morgan Haugen making the catch and then firing back the first. That'll be a double play. That one will be saved in the house of highlights as well. And now the Bruins down to their final out. Here's Estrebe, the starting pitcher, who is 1 for 3 with 2 strikeouts and a single. And she'll represent the final hope here, as the Bruins will try and eat an awfully big meatball. That pitch taken outside for ball. That pitch taken high for ball 2. A 2-0 count, and that one will be taken for strike 1. Burke's pitch down the middle for strike 2, and the Bruins are down to their final strike. And Burke potentially get the icing on the cake right here with strikeout number 11 to end the game. That one hit hard but foul. And the Bruins will live to see another pitch. Burke throwing 104 pitches unofficially. 105 could be her last of the game right here. As that one's popped up high, it's going to be a tough play for Anderson. And can't quite make the catch. So a Bruin will reach base yet again here as Estrebe will reach first.
Up next, number 3,
Sounds like
Eddie
in the
Wagner.
press box they're going to rule it as a hit. They do. So chalk that up as a single for Estrebe. Now here's Addie Wagner. We'll look to keep the Bruins' hopes alive. Admittedly, they're on life support right now, but Wagner will take the first pitch for a ball. A second pitch low for ball 2. Burke the windup, and that pitch is low for ball 3. So Wagner finding herself in a favorable situation. It's a 3-0 count. They've got Estrebe on first. Emily Jordahl on deck for Fargo South, as that pitch will be taken for a strike to make it 3-1. That one hit hard and through the hole as Bukhart couldn't quite knock it down. There's another base hit for the Bruins right there. put runners on first and second.
Now batting number 26, Emily
Here's Emily
Jordahl.
Jordahl with 2 on and 2 away in the top of the 7th. Jordahl is 1 for 3 with a single and 2 groundouts. She takes the first pitch for an outside strike. 0-1 the count. Now hit number 7 for the Bruins. As that pitch will be taken for a ball and get past the catcher Seiler. Both runners will advance. So Wagner and Estrebe now on second and third respectively. And it's a 1-1 count to Jordahl. Jordahl pops that one up. Anderson charging in and can't quite make the play. Rounding third and heading home is Wagner. That'll be a 2-run, 2-out double for Jordahl.
Up next, number 31, Hannah Caroview.
Here's Hannah Caroview, who will look to keep this rally alive. Burke's first pitch is in there for a strike. It's now an 11-5 ball game. There's a 0 for 1 with 2 walks and a strikeout in this one. She'll take that pitch low for ball 1. That one tapped foul for strike 2, and the Bruins back down to their final strike. Burke with 116 pitches in this game, and will try and finish off a complete game effort right here. And she got her swinging for strikeout number 11, and that'll end the game. Lexie Byrne finishing off a complete game, 117 pitch effort, 11 strikeouts, and that'll end the game. Your final score here on Magnitude Sports: Fargo South Bruins 5 and the Cheyenne Mustangs 11 here on
Cheyenne
senior night.
I'd like to thank you for attending tonight's event.
Another great game on our hands here today as we'll go over some final stats here. Right after this quick break, we'll wrap things up. De facto post-game show, we'll go over a few stats and sign off here from West Fargo High School, Cheyenne High School here in West Fargo. I'm sure I might have irked a few Mustangs watching, but regardless, we'll be right back right after this quick 30-second break, get you a quick post-game show, and wrap things up here on the Magnitude Sports Media Network.
Looking for a new home? Make home happen by getting pre-qualified for free with Sean Carlson at Town & Country Credit Union. He'll help you find the best mortgage options for you and keep the process running smoothly from beginning to end. With a 97% satisfaction rate, awesome rewards, low fees, and great rates, it's clear why members love Town & Country Credit Union. Stop in or visit townandcountry.org to find out how you can become a Town & Country member today. Insured by NCUA, Equal Housing Lender.
Alrighty, welcome back one final time here to Cheyenne High School here at the softball diamond. And wind picking up right on cue right as the game ends. Your final score here on Magnitude Sports: the Mustangs coming out on top, getting a home victory over the Fargo South Bruins to the tune of 11-5. Great game on our hands here tonight, and a good win for the Mustangs on senior night. The seniors will come home happy. And speaking of seniors, I'd like to give a quick shout out. Player of the Game award is going to be going to Lexie Byrne. Lexie Byrne, the winning pitcher in this game today. She gets the win. She gets a complete game as she goes the full 7 innings, 117 pitches, 11 strikeouts while allowing 5 runs on 8 hits, as well as getting 4 plate appearances, 3 at-bats. You got a hit and a run as well with a single. So tip your cap to Lexie Byrne, the senior on senior night. She is your player of the game as we'll wrap things up here. 5 runs and 8 hits, 5 errors for the Bruins as opposed to 13 hits and 11 runs for the Mustangs. Saw a few great highlight plays, a few double plays, as well as I'd like to give a shout out to Paige Schroeder, who hit a solo home run. Doubly impressive considering this whipping wind here today at Cheyenne High School. As we wrap things up here, I'd like to go over a few housekeeping things, if you will, as well. You can get our current and accurate schedule on the website msportsnet.com. If you click by the default list, will pop up. You can click by day, week, or month to change the schedule to your viewing preference. You can also check to see if the games are available to be purchased on DVD. Always something to be keen to. If there's a good game that you want to go back and watch again, you can always go order it on DVD. Makes a fantastic gift. Speaking of our website, feel free to check us out online at msportsnet.com, where we have the schedule as well as so much more. And you can feel free to give us a follow, a like, and subscribe on our YouTube. Most of you are probably watching that either on YouTube or our Facebook. We also have an Instagram and Twitter as well. We encourage you to go and give those follows if you want to be up to date on anything and everything, related to Magnitude Sports. Click the bell as well on YouTube to get notified for whenever we go live, so you can not miss a single second. Games are going to be available on demand on nearly every single one of our broadcasts if you just go to the archive library on our website. And if you can scroll to the bottom, you can filter the final scores page by sport as well as boys or girls. Makes your life a whole lot easier whenever you're trying to find a certain game in particular. And when you've got as many as we do, as looking now at that list, looks like almost 1,400. Can certainly be a mission to find the game that you're looking for, to say the least. You can visit our stories button on our website for any recent Magnitude-related story that you might have missed. You have written game recaps, scores, highlights, and any other related content to Magnitude Sports. I have an announcement over the Mid-Season Madness softball tournament that we're going to be starting coverage of tomorrow. That one should be an exciting one. We've got 10 games coming up on that. I'll be on the mic for some of them, as well as Mike Mason. You're not going to want to miss that. Should be a fun Friday and Saturday full of softball. We'll be getting it started tomorrow at, I believe, 4:30 as I go back to our schedule. I believe this schedule is actually not reflective of the softball, but 4:30 will be the first set of games on Friday, and then 6:30 I believe will be the next set. And then on Saturday, we're bringing you coverage of softball games at 11 o'clock, 1 o'clock, and 3 o'clock. Those will be taking place on Magnitude Sports. We'll have one game going on each field. There'll be 2 fields during this tournament, so should be a fun time to say the least, and hope to see you guys all there. We'd like to thank you for tuning in tonight from wherever you may be here on Magnitude Sports. Your viewership and support means the world to us, and I'm glad that I get to share these games with you guys. I had a blast doing this game, and I'm sure each and every one of you had a blast watching this game as well. One final time, your final score here, 11-5, the Mustangs taking home a victory over the Fargo South Bruins. Have a good night, everyone. This is Eric Tiongson signing off for Magnitude Sports.
The proceeding has been a presentation of the Magnitude Sports Media Network. Follow us on Twitter, Facebook, subscribe to our YouTube channel, and to order a DVD copy of this broadcast, simply visit msportsnet.com/DVD.